Hi friends, Tracy.bish here, Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Australia. Welcome to my channel. Super excited to have you here for the Instagram Monochromatic hop. I'm using Lemon Lolly. I'm using the Flowers of Beauty bundle. You can find this in the new annual catalogue. It is from the Unbounded Beauty Suite on page 54-55. I'm also using the Fluid 100 paper. So I'm going to do a little bit of watercolouring. Basic white thick, Lemon Lolly is our cardstock, and then I have the gorgeous trio of Baker's Twine. I want to share this with you. Now this is a colour wheel that Stampin' Up! Gifted all the attendees, so all the demonstrators that attended Stampin' Up's on stage in Melbourne and the other areas that they had on stage. This is an amazing tool. I'm so excited that we were able to receive this. And I want to share with you how it's worked. So there is a monochromatic section, and I've gone to the Lemon Lolly. I've sort of marked it in the middle of the monochromatic theme there, and I've come up with a colour scheme of Crushed Curry, Daffodil Delight, Lemon Lolly, Soft Seafoam and Granny Apple Green. And these are the colours that I'm going to create my card for the monochromatic Instagram hop using Lemon Lolly. So monochromatic usually means that we use one colour. It can also mean that you use one, like tones of that colour. So I'm going to give this a go, and I'm really excited with how it turned out. I really hope that you'll give this one a go as well. Now you can find that colour wheel in the new annual catalogue. It doesn't have the spinning wheel, but I know there's other demonstrators out there that have these available. So maybe Google that and see whether you can find that in a wheel. Alright, so I have a piece of the Fluid 100 paper. This is the watercolour paper. It measures, it's actually just a scrap that I had left over. It measures 2 3/4, and I've cut it down to the card base at 5 7/8. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add these colours in that order going down. So I'm going to wet the Fluid 100 paper with my water painter, and then I'm going to start adding the colours down. Now the Crushed Curry come out really dark, and I'm going to come back and lighten it later on, but we're just going to go down that colour piece of Fluid 100 paper and add the colours. So Crushed Curry, Daffodil Delight, we have our beautiful Lemon Lolly, which is such a sweet soft colour. It's really hard to actually get it to come up in colour. So what I've done, because it's so light, I'm taking an acrylic block to my ink pad and then picking that ink up, and it works really well. I'm also going to do that with Soft Seafoam because, again, a really light colour. I want to make sure that you can see them once they dry, because it usually dries a little bit lighter as well. So we've got the Soft Seafoam in there, and then lastly Granny Apple Green, which again is a more bright and vibrant colour. So I've just come in and added a little bit more. Fluid 100 paper is a great tool to have in your stash. It takes water really well, and you can keep coming back and adding colour to it. Some of the watercolour papers that are out there are not as good quality, and it will peel and look terrible. So you're not going to have that problem with this paper. You can find it in the annual catalogue as well. Alright, so I've got my colour scheme all the way down. As you can see, that Crushed Curry is a little dark up top. We're going to come back and fix that a little bit, so which is fairly easy to do. I've got lots of water on this Fluid 100 paper, so I'm going to pop it over to the side till we've done a few more things, and then we're going to use the heat tool to make sure that it's nice and dry. So I've got Lemon Lolly cardstock. This is half a piece of A4 that I've just scored in half at the 5 7/8, and we're going to come back in with that watercolor paper and just make sure that it's nice and dry. Again, I haven't taken some of that color off the Crushed Curry yet, but I haven't decided yet that I wanted to do that. So we're going to dry the paper and make sure that it's really nice and dry. It does warp a little bit, but you can just use the heat tool on the opposite side and it will sort of flatten itself out just nicely. Okay, so I'm really happy with that color gradient, but again, Crushed Curry is a little dark, so I'm just going to add a little bit of water with my water painter over the Crushed Curry, and then just bring in my rag that I use with watercoloring and just dab a little bit of it off, which works really well. So that's, you know, you can always take a little bit of color away sometimes, especially with watercolor paper. And look at that coloring, it's so soft, so pretty, and yeah, I'm so glad that I've tried this technique. Although that watercolor paper with on the lemon lolly is a little bit so I thought if I grab a couple of strips of basic white regular cardstock and add that underneath, I didn't want a big piece, I just wanted a couple of strips to break it down a little. I thought that would look really well. I do mangle the cardstock a little bit, so I've made it a little bit smaller than that whole piece of Fluid 100 paper, which also gives it a nice little bit of a look. It doesn't go from the top of the page to the bottom, and I'm really happy with how that turned out. Okay, so we have the Flowers of Beauty, and although I'm not doing any stamping on this card, I do have quite a few dies there that are nice big dies, and I'm going to die cut one with basic white thick cardstock. So this takes up, you know, a good portion of the Fluid 100 paper without taking away that gorgeous colouring. So what I really love about these dies is they actually cut out really well and have some great detail on it as well. You could add a little bit of colour to the leaves or to the flowers if you would like. I've left it completely white because I'm going to come in with the baker's twine, add a little bit of a bow and stick that down so that brings that lemon lolly in. And of course we've got those beautiful rainbow dots that were in the mini catalogue, the last mini catalogue, and they're again in our annual catalogue. So really happy with that because they are a great addition to your cards. So I'm just going to use some tear and tape down the side of the Fluid 100 paper. I find with the Fluid 100 paper, because it has that texture and it's quite thick, the glue, the multi-purpose glue works well, but I find the tear and tape just is so much easier to use. So that is my choice of adhesives with Fluid 100 paper. But you know, if you have good luck with your liquid glue, you can do that as well. And again, I'm just going to add all these pieces down. That die cut, I'm going to use liquid adhesive to adhere down to the Fluid 100 paper, only because, and you know, it works with all of it. I could have used it with my basic white. I could use it to adhere it down to my card base, but because that die cut is really quite small, there's not a lot of room there. But we do have those adhesive sheets if you would like to add that to your basic white cardstock and then die cut them two together. That would make really nice work out of adhering down that die cut. So I've gone with my tear and tape. I think tear and tape is my best friend. It's just such a great adhesive, and you know, you never have any problems with anything lifting. Now, if you're in the need of any of the supplies that I've used on today's card, you can certainly purchase them in my online store. I've got some great gifts to give out all my customers that place an order with me this month. You'll receive the handmade card for May. You'll also receive May's Simple Sweet Stampers tutorial bundle, and then we are using the Unbounded Beauty suite this month. So you're going to get 12 amazing projects using the Unbounded Beauty suite. So great gift for all my customers. If you spend $65 in product before shipping, I'll also send out May's tutorial bundle, which has between 40 and 60 tutorials, full color photos, all the measurements, all the instructions that you need. So lots and lots of inspiration. Yeah, so go over and check out my online store. Lots of new products with the annual catalogue. So go over and check those out. Now, if you are in need of a catalogue and you're not already ordering through another demonstrator and you live in Australia, get in touch with me. I'll happily send one out. But if you are ordering through another demonstrator, please get your catalogue through them, as it not only costs us money to get the catalogues, it also costs a lot of money to mail those catalogues out to you. So please use the demonstrator that you're ordering through. And then I have those rainbow dots that we're just going to add 3 of those down. Now I double doubled up my baker's twine to get a double bow. So, and a mini glue dot popped that down just nicely. Isn't this beautiful? Don't forget, this is an Instagram hop for the Monochromatic Instagram hop, using Lemon Lolly as the colour, and this is the little tool that I used for the colour combo. Now, if you would like to go and join in this Instagram hop, please go over to Instagram. My handle is at @stampintracybish, and you'll be able to see in the description there all the people that are taking part in this wonderful hop. Please go and check them out. Let them know what you think of their projects. Alright everyone, if you have enjoyed today's card, please give me a thumbs up. I would love it if you left me a comment, hit subscribe if you haven't already, and maybe share my video with your friends and family. That would be fantastic. I'll be back with another video tomorrow for Tracy's Sunday Challenge, so hopefully you'll come back and join me for that. Until then, have a great weekend everyone. Bye bye.